Lil Wayne finally gets victory over Birdman. Well, one victory. The court has ruled that Birdman has to turn over the financial records. We told you that Lil Wayne has wanted to get his hands on these, wanted to get Birdman to open up the books to see where this money, that is a $70 million advance that Universal gave to Birdman.
It was actually, I think it was $100 million advance, and
right.
all of a sudden 70 got spent.
Right.
And Birdman thinks that, Lil Wayne thinks that Birdman basically spent it outside of school, and that he wants an accounting of that money because part of it's his, and he has not been able to get a proper accounting. Actually, this is a big deal because ultimately the court is going to have the power to say to Birdman, if you don't ante up, we're going to hold you in contempt, and we could theoretically even throw you in jail. So this could be the firepower that Lil Wayne needs in order to unlock the books and figure out what's what.
So Wayne's camp's basically pretty much very thinking like if they open up the books right. See, but the problem about this though is what if Birdman already spent like $70 million of it? It's not like he can get that back and be like, okay.
No,
well,
the money's spent. That you're right. But what he needs to, what Lil Wayne wants to see is where was the money spent, and was it spent appropriately?
Well, and it's also, there are a million things here. I mean, he could argue, look, I'm getting out of the contract if you breached it, if you can't pay me back. They could argue, I want the money back. There are a million things he could argue. This is exactly what Lil Wayne needs to break the stalemate.
Well, now, if you're Birdman, what if you produce the books, they open up the books, and all they find is, oh, they didn't keep very good records. Now,
well, that's a possibility.
Yeah, no, that's a big possibility, especially because how things are done.
I'm just thinking from Birdman's standpoint, if you know that you got this advance, you know that you're not going to share it with Wayne, and then you're going to go out and spend it, why would you ever write down? Why would you keep records of how you have ripped off your partner? Point. I don't know.
Strip clubs, $12,000. I mean,
money earmarked for Lil Wayne, now going to a new car.
Look, there are ways that forensic accountants can go in there and figure out where things were spent, because ultimately you have to cash checks. You know, the money didn't come in ones. You know, Universal.
Well, on some nights it might have. You never know, depending on where it was spent.
Angel Marino, Aim High Detroit. Yeah, you know what? That money is on them chains on his neck. And I just got one question for Birdman. Is you finished or is you done? Because we ready for Lil Wayne to drop the Carter V. His fans is not gonna be happy with this. Birdman ain't gonna have a career when this is over with.
Do you realize, by the way?
Angel, do you still think you're gonna hear the Carter 5 at some point?
I do believe so.
Dream on, Angel. It ain't gonna happen. I just don't think it's ever going to happen.
It has to happen.
Well, here's what's going to happen. They're going to be talking about, there's going to be a reference to flip phones.
They're going to have to go
in one of these songs.
There may be some edits. They may have to do some edits to update things here or there, possibly.